Hey guys, what is up? It is the Fast Break Report here, bringing you guys another vlog. So, a lot of NBA news in the past 18 hours or so. We had a trade that came up, kind of unexpectedly, which I'll talk about tomorrow, between the Lakers and the Jazz. But I want to talk about the Chet Holmgren injury because this is... It's a little depressing, man. I'm not gonna lie. I was really excited to see him play with Josh Giddey, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. What's the guy's name they drafted out of Santa Clara? Jalen Williams, I think. They drafted two Jalen Williams, if I'm correct. I could be wrong, but Jalen Williams. Yeah, it was Jalen Williams. Jalen Michael Williams, 2002. Yep, Oklahoma City Thunder. Okay. But I was really excited to see the Oklahoma City Thunder play. And yeah, both Jalen Williams that Oklahoma City drafted are probably going to get more minutes now. But I just think to myself, man, what an unfortunate thing. Because when it comes to big men in the NBA, man, like... there's the foot injuries, the lower body injuries are a real thing. Okay, Joel Embiid's, he missed his entire first season with a foot injury. Yao Ming's career ended early because of a foot injury. Now we've got Chet Holmgren with a foot injury. I mean, hell, even some of the guys that are still in the NBA, surprisingly, like Kristaps Porzingis, even Kristaps Porzingis has been injury riddled for, God knows how fucking long, ever since he came into the NBA. And I just think to myself, man, like, I hope Chet Holmgren is not going to be another one of those centers. Like, I really, really hope he's not going to be one of those guys where it's like, he's going to give you, maybe 40, 50 games a year max, because of injuries and stuff like that. I really hope he's not going to be one of those players. But, looking at him, it's like, even Pacers fans, man, like, a lot of people, when the draft happened... right, or leading up to the draft, a lot of Pacers fans were talking about trading up for, in the draft, right, for, like, the Sacramento Kings pick for Keegan Murray, and there was, like, some fans who wanted us to trade up for Chet Holmgren, and a lot of Pacers fans didn't want Chet Holmgren because they were like, he's extremely skinny, he has a huge frame, and we kind of were just like, this guy screams injury prone. You know what I'm saying? Like, just based on the history of big men, we were just like, stay the fuck away from him. And sure enough, this happens, And granted, if the surgery is done correctly, Chet Holmgren is expected to make a full recovery. It's not a super serious injury. So that's, thankful for that. Oklahoma City fans can be happy about that, that like he will make a full recovery. But it just sucks to see, man, because I was like, I want to see what Shai Gilgeous-Alexander can do with another threat on his team. You know what I'm saying? Just somebody else. And Josh Giddey, don't get me wrong, is very good, but Josh Giddey strikes me more of like a point guard, and SGA is more of like a scoring guard to me, even though he plays point guard and shooting guard. I just think to myself, I would love to see that screen and roll. You know what I'm saying? Or that screen and pop. I just wanted to see that pick and roll one time. And I'm not going to get to see it until next year now. And you know what, man? It's unfortunate. But, on the bright side of things, if you want to really get, technical, the idea that Chet Holmgren isn't going to play this upcoming season means Oklahoma City's probably going to have another good draft pick next year. At least in the top 10, I would assume. It already wasn't looking good for them coming into this year, being that they're a rebuilding team. But being that the guy you just drafted is now got torn ligaments in his foot, it's going to be another high pick for Oklahoma City. And they have tons of them. I mean, Oklahoma City has tons of draft picks. And you know what? Oklahoma City will be a real team in the coming years. But super unfortunate, man. This sucks because I was like, there's not a lot of guys I was excited for to see, play in the league this upcoming year. And after watching Summer League, like the Spurs had what's his name, Blake Wesley or David Wesley. I think it's Blake Wesley. And they also have That was who the Spurs had. They have Jeremy Sohan, but Chet Holmgren and Keegan Murray also were two guys that I was like, they played well in summer league. I would love to see how they're going to play on the NBA level, and or like, you know, on in the regular season. And now I'm not going to get to see that. So you know what, man? It is what it is at the end of the day. It sucks. It's unfortunate, but these things happen, and the good news is it's not a super serious injury. You know what I'm saying? Granted, you know, if the doctor fucks up the surgery, yeah, that could be a problem, but modern medicine has come a long way. So, I don't know, man. It just, you know what amazes me, man? I begin to wonder sometimes if, like, modern big men are being pushed too hard. And what I mean by that is, like, if you look back to guys like, I'll just pull it up here for a minute, right? Like, let's look at basketball reference. Kristaps Porzingis, right? Kristaps Porzingis is a big man, you know, 7'3", 240 pounds. He is now in his 7th season in the NBA. He has played 70 games or more once, and he's played 60 games or more twice. And he's 26 years old, but if we go back and look at guys like, I don't know, like Hakeem Olajuwon, right? Hakeem Olajuwon played 18 seasons in the NBA, had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games, or 5 seasons where he played 80 games or more. And honestly, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. He had 11 seasons out of his 18 where he played 70 games or more. And I just think to myself, man, like, basically, compare Hakeem Olajuwon, right, to, like, the modern athlete, the modern center, Joel Embiid, Nikola Jokic, right, Kristaps Porzingis, now Chet Holmgren. You know, I look at these guys and I'm like, what did older big men do that guaranteed their longevity that modern players are not doing? Now, I get it. Some modern centers are being asked to do a lot more. You know, they're shooting threes. You know, they're running down the court. The game has sped up a lot. You know, so, you know, they're running more. There's not so much half-court offense anymore, as it's more of a fast break offense and stuff like that. Granted, in the playoffs, yeah, there's half-court offense, but, you know, it's more... It's more so a faster game now, and I just wonder if that's really taking a toll on big men across the league. Like, Kevin Durant has kind of been like the one exception, you know, as like a 6'11 guy, 7-footer who can do it all, who hasn't really been super injury prone. But like, even if I look at like David Robinson, right? David Robinson played how many seasons? It doesn't even fucking tell me here. Why is it, See, for Hakeem, it's listed. For these, it's not. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 years. Okay, David Robinson played 14 years in the NBA. He played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 seasons of 80 games or more. Right? 9, 10. He played 10 seasons of 70 games or more, and 11 seasons of 60 games or more. So I just think to myself, man, like, what is going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, what about the modern game is sacrificing the longevity of big men? That's something I would really like to dive into. I would like to see somebody, maybe, I don't know, maybe Jimmy High Roller or whatever, you know, maybe he does a video on it. But I'm just noticing, man, like, centers don't seem to have the lifespan that they used to in the NBA. Like even Shaq, man, like Shaq was a fucking dominating guy, man, and he played what total, let's see, 8, 12, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 seasons. I mean, even Shaq was pretty injury prone, it seems. I mean, granted, at 36 years old, he played for Phoenix and played 75 games and averaged 17 and 8.5 rebounds a game. That's pretty damn good for 36. But, like, even Shaq, man. Like, Shaq's first 2 seasons, he played 80 games. He's got a couple, not a lot. He's got a handful of seasons where he played 70 or more. But after that, it's kind of like, 50 or more, 40 or more. It's just, I don't know, man. It seems very odd that, modern medicine is getting better. The game is getting better. The game is revolutionizing, right? And we have all types of medical professionals on these teams and all this other stuff. And I just think to myself, how is it possible that the lifespan of big men is becoming so short? Even DeMarcus Cousins, right? Like, DeMarcus Cousins was a monster. Now, I get it. He had some pretty serious injuries, but like, even Anthony Davis, okay? And these are guys that are like not, they're not as heavy as some of these older guys were. Like, I'm pretty positive Anthony Davis is not as heavy as David Robinson or Hakeem Olajuwon. Let's see, Anthony Davis is 253, 6'10", 253. Yeah. Okay, so it's not much different. Hakeem Olajuwon was a 7-footer, 255 pounds. What about David Robinson? David Robinson was 7'1", okay, 235. That's a significantly... David Robinson was 20 pounds lighter than Anthony Davis. But, like, still, man, like, I just think to myself, it seems odd. And, I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. But anyway, tell me what you guys think about this down below in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your guys' opinions on this. A like helps me out. Subscribe if you guys want to see more. I'm the Fast Break Report. And I'm out of this motherfucker. Peace, guys.